Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Mo Dynasty. It's episode 39 and our wildcard dreams appear to be fleeting. We started out as a pretty decent team early on, but we're starting to lose a little bit of steam in episode 39. And we are to August 8th, and it is a contract extension day. We can do one player and then roll our EPR to see if we want to try to extend somebody else. Our EPR did recently go up, so it's not as far out of the realm of possibilities it once was that we could sign more than one person. But let's go ahead and look at who we want to sign for extension. And I did a little bit of thinking here, and a lot of these people are too expensive right now, not knowing what our budget is going to be. But I did want to re-sign Grant Taylor. He's my favorite pitcher to pitch with. He's a 23-year-old. So he's not going to be that much. He's not going to be that expensive. And so when I look at like the 3-year deal, I can get him for $813,000, and I'm going to try to lock that in. And that's what I did. So I got Grant Taylor signed. Isn't a huge deal, but I just feel like he's a player I definitely like. And so now I'm going to go ahead and roll for the EPR. It's only at a 13, and I rolled a 94. So that's all we can sign for this day. And then we're going to do a contract extension, or we're going to simulate the day. This is a chance to take the series in Minnesota and to get one game within 500. Can we do it? We can. Another squeaker, 3-2. Our offense really hasn't shown up a lot since that Miami game here. We've scored 4, 3, 1, and 3, but it is enough as our pitching has only allowed 2, 0, and 1 over the last couple of games. Let's see how we pulled this off. Jamie Blair, that signing's looking more and more just solid. 281 average, 4 for 5. Evan Carter went 2 for 5 to raise his average. Melendez went 2 for 5. Burleson continues the hot hitting with a 2 for 5 day and a home run with 2 RBIs. Dominguez 1 for 4 as he continues to straddle that 240 number. Clifford goes 0 for 4. Montgomery 0 for 3. Teal 1 for 4. Sprinkle drops down to 294 average with an 0 for 4 day. He's starting to cool off just a tad, but he wasn't going to hit 400 forever. Looking at the win, Drew Thorpe gets the win. He goes to 7-9, gives up 2 runs in 7 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks. So he gave up 10 base runners, managed to only give up the 2 runs, which is nice. Freitas got the hold, dropping his ERA. Mata got a hold, dropping his ERA slightly. And Curtis picks up his 6th save, does get a strikeout in the save opportunity. So we are 1 game within 500. And we go to August 9th, closing out the Twins. Can we get back to 500? Can we sweep them in Minnesota? August 9th is a team chemistry day. Roll a D12. I did, and it says simulate the game. If the team wins, add a D12 to team chemistry. If the team loses, subtract a D12 from team chemistry. Well, currently my team chemistry is at a 63, so we're in a good spot, but we would still like to get that even higher. Let's find out. We have Kyle Busch going up against Bailey Ober. Good matchup here. Our 2.89 ERA going against their 3.25. And we lose 6-1. All right, so we're going to lose D12 off of our team chemistry, which we had 63, and I just rolled and got a 6. So we're going to go down to a 57 on our team chemistry. Still in a good spot. It's one of our more positive numbers that we have. Tristan Gray is coming off the injured list. We're going to place him on the bench. And we've failed to get back to 500. Now that is going to give us 27 people on the roster. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with the return of Tristan Gray, and I'll come back. Okay, we figured out all the things we want to do differently. So what I did was I sent down Lennon Sosa. His career so far in the majors has been underwhelming. Hitting 237 last year, hitting 215 this year. And he just hasn't really, he has a little bit of pop, and he's good against lefties. And that's what I like about him, is he's got that 85 contact against lefties and the 67 pop against lefties. So he's definitely a good lefty masher. But I just haven't felt like he's come along as a hitter. So I'm hoping dropping him down to the minors, he can build on that and work on those skills. So I put him down batting 4th down there. I brought back Tristan Gray's off the injury list. And so what I'm going to do is against righties, the more common thing, and Montgomery's go back to short, and then Tristan Gray is going to bat ninth and play second base for now. And then against lefties, we're going to play Sprinkle at short, and we're going to play Montgomery at second. And we're going to ride this and see how long we can get Jordan Sprinkle and Tristan Gray. You know, they're getting opportunities at 67s. They're both rookies. 21 at bats for Sprinkle. He's down to 286. That's still pretty good. And he does have that great speed and the good fielding. So I like having him out there. See what he can do. And Tristan Gray, he's hit pretty well. He's hit 288 in 59 at bats. So both have shown an ability to hit the ball. And that's why they're staying up. And that's why I'm sending Lenyn Sosa down. And my hope is Lenyn Sosa can come back. He's only 26. I can see re-signing him. And because I do think there's possibility there. I just think right now, I mean, look at those bars are still going up. So hopefully he can go to the minors, work on his game. I'm not giving up on Lenyn Sosa yet, any more than I'm giving up on Charles Tatum, who's sitting 279 down in the minors. Kyle's at 275. He's only 23. Luca Grego, 64C, 21-year-old. He's hitting 284. So definitely our minors, they're hitting pretty well. Matt Shaw's the disappointing one. This guy was a top 50 prospect at one point. Now he's at B69 potential at 24. You think with those bars, he'd be hitting a little bit better. But he's only hitting 238 right now with only 5 home runs. So disappointing so far with Matt Shaw. Not sure he's going to make it up. Good to see that most of the bars are going up. A couple bars go down, especially against lefties. He's struggling, but hopefully he can turn things around down there. I mean, we've got a lot of 70s players in this spot, which were starters a year ago, which shows we are getting more depth on this team as our team is slowly getting better and better. But that's where we currently stand at 58 and 60. Now we're going to move on to August 10th, and it says roll D20. I did it, rolled a 9. It's a farm director event, and it says the following. The farm director is improving the future. Farm director is improving the potential in a AAA pitcher. Organize the pitchers by their WAR and select the player with the highest WAR. Using your farm director's rating, roll a D100. If we succeed with the farm director, who, by the way, our farm director's rating is an 18, so most likely not going to succeed, that person would go up D16 in potential. If we fail, the person's going to go up a D8, and that's obviously the more likely scenario. Let's do this. Farm director, improving our future. This is a great role for us. So we are going to go down to the triples. And we're going to look to see some player statistics for us. Position for pitchers. There we go. And we're going to sort this by WAR. And Noah Schultz. Not really surprising to me when we look at Noah Schultz. This year, he's got a 3.47 ERA. He's 7-9. Pretty good player. When we look at Noah Schultz as a person, let's look at his card. He's our 8th best ranked. Well, if you look a lot, we have a lot of 71s. So 1, 2, 3. You could say he's tied for 4th best ranked pitcher as Noah Schultz. Let's look at what his current potential is. He's got 87 potential, 6'9". I mean, there's a lot to like about Noah Schultz. And that good WAR, he's going to get a bigger boost in potential, which is outstanding. Now, before we do this boost in potential, let's look to see where they have Noah Schultz ranked as far as top prospects for us. So he's our number 2 rated prospect. They still have Sebastian Fonfetta as their number 1 rated prospect. I mean, he's a 63B. He's got a lot of road to go. But notice our starting pitchers dominate here. Schultz, Ordonez, Garcia, Marte, Morales. We have a lot of starting pitching talent in this organization, and young talent too. And Noah Schultz is 22, and he hasn't made it up to the majors yet. But we're going to see his growth continue to go. Let's see where he is versus the league. Yeah. And Walcott, 13 and 14. So they are back-to-back right there. Close with that ETA coming up. and so this is only going to help him out. So we're going to roll to see if we can, first of all, get the farm directors to succeed. Highly unlikely, as he does need an 18 or lower, so about a 1 in 5 chance. And we actually got a 14. We succeeded on the potential growth. I did not expect that. I didn't even have the dice out for the success, so I've got to go find that. And now we're going to roll this. This could be a huge development for Noah Schultz. He already has 87 potential, so there's a good chance he's going to go to an A prospect and jump up the major leagues board. Let's see what we roll here. Yeah, I rolled a 1, so he doesn't even get up to A potential, so he goes up a point. I'm not going to complain. Oh man, that's discouraging to get the success on the roll and you only had an 18% chance, and then you get a D16 and then you're a 1. Oh, this game, you gotta love baseball. But that's still a 1 point boost, and so we're going to go ahead and simulate this day, which is an off day. And then on this off day, we're going to take a quick look at our injury list and see, is there anybody coming back soon? So Sebastian Walcott, hopefully will be back soon in 4 days, and he can start his development, because he is developing, even though he's been hurt, still got some good bar up, but we want to see that get better. And then we've got Eddie Park and Dominic Fletcher. Fletcher got a huge injury there with that dislocated ankle. Park is about ready to come off it. It's been a while since he's been discussed. So we've got a couple people coming back in a couple days. But we are at 58 and 80. And it's August 11th, and it's roster readjustment day. Roll D14 on the chart and follow the results. And it says the GM would like to help the organization fill its roster. Do we have space? We do have space. And we certainly need a relief pitcher. So we are going to go out to the free agency and see if there's a relief pitcher that we can purchase. Obviously, they have to be cheap because we're right at our budget. So I'm going to pause it right now and come back and tell you how it went. We have found our man in Elvis Webster. Take a look at his player card. He's a 63D, but he's young. He's 18. And what I like about him is he's got lots of good stuff. He's got great K per 9, a tremendous walk per 9, and he has 4 pitches. Here's the good news. Now, what's the bad news? Well, his home run per 9 is atrocious, and his pitching clutch is worse. So if he has a runner in scoring position, he's going to be in trouble. Or if he has given up a lot of home runs. So there are a couple good things and a couple bad things about Elvis Webster. But for the price, he is going to sign. And we have signed Elvis Webster. So we are going to probably keep him in the minors for now. Let's take a look at what we've got in the minors. Well, we did need a righty in the minors. So I'm actually going to fix that and come back. So I decided we are going to send down our pick from last year, Kendrick Pelletier. I'm going to send him back down to A ball and let him work on that. I mean, he loved his fastball and the slide. I mean, he's going to come back up, but he needs a little bit of work on that walks per 9. So we're going to send Pelletier down. A ball. And we are going to bring up Elvis Webster to the doubles. We needed another righty arm in those doubles. We were a little bit lefty heavy, which is rare, which is awesome. So now Elvis joins that squad there. That gives us 2 righties now, lefty, because we had a lefty in the middle relief and a lefty setup. I mean, that's probably enough. So I definitely like getting Elvis Webster into our bullpen down there and see how he does. So we go ahead and simulate this day. This is the first of a 6-game homestand against the National League East. This is the Braves. And we send out Raylander Baroa and get the win against this really good Brave squad. I mean, I'd be impressed. I mean, to me, if we could win one of these 3, but then if we can sweep the Nationals, that would be what I'm looking for here. So I'd like to go 4-2 on this homestand. Do 6-3. It's unfortunate. And now we're moving on to August 12th. August 12th is a roll of D30. I got a trainer event. And see what that is. The event says the following: trainer improving durability through conditioning. The trainer works with a random MLB player on improving their conditioning program. It is improving their durability. Randomly roll in the 26-man roster to see which player, then see what happens. So basically, if I roll and succeed, the trainer is going to help that player by a D24 durability. If it fails, it's going to help by a D12. So either way, this player's durability is going to be improved. Let's go ahead and go to the roster of the MLB. And let's roll and see what we get. I rolled a 4. That's going to be helping John Curtis's durability. His durability was already at 84, so we already had really good durability. Now what we need to do is we need to find out if the trainer was successful. And our trainer is rated at a 1, so I have to get exactly a 1 rated here. So I have a 1% chance. Of course I failed, and so he's only going to help by a D12. Now it's still good. At least it's helping, not hurting. And I rolled 6. So his durability is going to go up to a 90. So our current closer's durability is now at a 90. Feel really good about that. As you can see, he's by far our third best player on the team, with Evan Carter in that. And could he be a future closer? Well, we did lock him into an extension for 4 years, and so he could very much be our closer moving forward. Either him or Ray Mata. I definitely like Ray Mata as a setup lefty with this Paredes combo. Paredes hasn't had a great year. It's 4.24 ERA. I'd like it to be a little bit better, but still, our bullpen is pretty solid right now. Got to compare to the first year for sure. And Johnny Curtis may next year may rename him a closer, and may rename Paredes as a setup guy, as a relief pitcher. And we might go with Curtis for a couple years. We'll have to see. But for now, that is the story for August 12th as far as the event goes. So we have to simulate the day. Can we steal one of these games? Grant Taylor. I'd like to see Grant Taylor get a win here. He loses 6-2. And then Noah Schultz, who we just helped with his potential, he's going to be hurt for about 1 to 2 weeks. So we're going to put him on the 15-day DL. And we are going to fix that. So to fix what we had with the injury, let's go ahead and show you what I've decided to do. So I've brought Jackson Ordonez up from doubles to triples. He's proven himself with his AA stats. They were phenomenal. He's got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball as a lefty with a 97-mile cutter. And his potential's going up, his overall's going up. And while I didn't pitch with him fantastically in one of those games, this is a pitcher that's on the move. He is 23, so I felt like he was ready to go. And this gives us now a 24-year-old, 23-year-old, 24-year-old, 27-year-old, and a 22-year-old in our triples. And even though Grant Shanley is pitching phenomenally in the triples, I decided it was time to give Jackson Ordonez his due. Because let's face it, Shanley probably is a journeyman at this point with those stats. We'll see. I mean, he's doing great in the triples, but he could be easily a 4A player, as we've seen when we brought him up this year. 13 innings, he got rocked. And then what I decided to do is I decided to call up Lorenzo Marte. The young man is finally getting his chance to come up from the single A's, and he's a 55B, so he's still very raw. A lot of low bars there when it comes to walks per 9 and hits per 9. And I decided, though, to go ahead and put him in long relief, and we're going to give Owen Hall a chance to start. He's a 64 20-year-old. While he's not as a prize as Lorenzo Marte is, he's still 9 points better. So we're going to give Owen, and he's pitched a 3.98 ERA. The whip's a little high, but we're going to give him a chance to see what he can do. If he doesn't do well, we could easily move Trey McCown there. He's a 67D who's pitched really well, 3.70 ERA. And, we'll see how Lorenzo Marte handles it. Now, if Lorenzo Marte can't handle it, what I'll probably do at that point is I'll probably move Nick Nostrani to long relief, and then I would go back down to our single A's and probably call upon one of these. I'd probably bring, actually, Pelletier back up would be the most likely scenario at that point. So as we look at the doubles, they're 22-19 in the second half, and then our Knights are 62-54 in the triples. That makes a lot of sense. They're a pretty good team. I like how they're made up. Our White Sox, on the other hand, unfortunately, are 4 under 500. And when it comes to the wild card standings, we have now dipped to 2.5 back. So starting to fade a little bit after a 3-game losing streak there. We knew that was going to be tough against the Braves at home. Now, we could still take this one here and then sweep the Nationals, and that would get exactly what I was looking for. But that'll take us to August 13th. Here we are on August 13th, and it's a personnel changes day. You roll D16, I rolled a 14, and it says sales and marketing roll. Roll against your fan approval rating. If succeed, increase your rating by 10. If failure, decrease the rating by 10. Well, good news for us. Our fan approval rating is 62. It's the highest approval we've got. The fans are excited about this team. So I've got a good chance here. 62% chance. And I rolled and got a 81. Oh, that would have been a good chance to improve sales and marketing, which had gotten up to a 46. But we lose 10. We're down to a 36. That is unfortunate. And now it's time to go ahead and sim as we try to salvage this 3-game series at home against the Braves. We wanted to win one of the 3. Can we? We do not. We get swept by the Braves here at home. That's not good. We lose. We give up 6 runs each game. 6-3, 6-2, and 6-3. And we dropped to 5 games under 500. Can we come back from that devastating sweep? As we have 3 more games here at home against the not very good Nationals, although now at this point we can only play them. We're about 5 games better than them. This is a roll D60, and I rolled and got a no event, so we're going to go and simulate this day as well. And we win 2-1. So we are going to go ahead and take care of this entry off screen. So I took care of that off screen. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into this win that broke the streak. We won 2-1. All right, so Ryan Ward went 2 for 4. Good to see that. He had 2 of our 7 hits. Pulse Montgomery had a home run, a solo shot to give us the RBI. Jamie Blair had 2 stolen base to give him 2. He also had an error. Drew Thorpe goes 6 innings, gives up 1 run, 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts to lower his ERA to 3.14. Great to see that. And then look, bullpen. Mata gets the hold, 2/3 of an inning to drop his ERA to under 3.3. Paredes gets another hold, a fair ERA. Wantz gets a hold, his ERA is great, and Curtis gets the save, his ERA is great. Our bullpen is outstanding. We break the 4-game losing streak, which is good to see. And that takes us to August 15th. August 15th says, minor league day, last year's draft players. Check the calendar. If you drafted a starting pitcher last year and he's pitching today, player lock with him. So let's go ahead and go down to the minors and see who's pitching. Jake Eater is pitching in the triples. We did not draft him. In the doubles, Brock Selvage. We did not draft him. And I accidentally simmed the game. Okay. Well, did not mean to do that. We did lose, by the way, the Washington game 5-7. And we did win the Brock Selvage game 4-1. They're doing very well, but unfortunately, I'm just going to count that as a sim day because I messed that up. So we are now 59-64. Now we're on to August 16th. And it says roll D6, and I got a manager event. It says manager event. The manager's approach to fielding is affecting. So basically we have to roll against our manager. And if we do well, we're going to help our infielder arm strength tick 1 in the sliders. And if we fail the manager's approach, we will make it worse. Now our manager rating is currently at 37. I'm rolling and I get a 11, which is good. So this is going to help our infielder arm strength go 1 tick better. So we're going to go to the sliders and we're going down to infielder arm strength. And it's right here. Fielder arm strength infield. Just the speed of the fielders for the infield. To the right, increase throw speed. we're going to click that. We're going to hit save. And this is for the Sox. And now we have to simulate that game. Let's win the series against the Nationals. We do not. We lose 10-3. That's not good. Who gave up 10 runs into the Nationals? Who had a bad day? Prelander Baroa gave up 6 runs, 2 2/3 innings, and 3 walks isn't going to help that cause. So we lose that game. Not a great day hitting from any one player. We only had 6 hits. And in the 5-game homestand, we lost 5 of 6. Yeah, that's probably ending our wild card hopes. You can't have 6 games at home and lose 5 of them at the end. That's just not going to cut it, because now we're ready for a 6-game road trip. And if you can't win your games at home, how are you going to win a 6-game road trip on the West Coast? So that's unfortunate that we had that happen to us. And so, unfortunately, we go out to San Francisco, long road trip in the plane, nursing a 5 out of last 6 losing streak at home, and losing 6 of the last 7, and our wild card chances very much dimming as we go out to the West Coast. We would need a West Coast miracle to probably get back in this thing, as we are now 6 games under 500. August 17th is a Roll D20, and I get a scouting event, and it says, Scouting Department misjudged talent. The scouting department misjudged one of your picks from last year's draft. The player's potential is worse than expected. Select one player from last year's draft who is, quote, performing the worst up to this point in the season, and then I have to roll to see what happens. Now, my scouting department is averaged at a 59, and I rolled and got a 26. That's good. The good news. The bad news is a successful roll is still a loss in potential. It was a D5 loss in potential instead of a D10. So I rolled and got a 3. Now, my decision that I decided to say who has the worst so far, it was down to 2 people. It was either down to Freddie Collado, who hasn't even made it up to double A's yet. He's still in single A ball. And then Kendrick Pelletier. He has been up to double A ball, and his ERA was 4.11. And I just feel like in the doubles, they're not that great at hitters. And I don't think a 4 ERA over 4 is good in the doubles. And so I decided, while that is probably not the best, at least he made it up to the doubles. And Collado has not done anything to warrant it. He is the worst player on our team overall rating-wise. And so I went ahead, and it was a tough call, but I went ahead and I'm going to take it from Collado. So he's going to lose 3 in potential, which will take him down to a 75 potential. So that was the decision I made. Slightly below average performance in doubles. At least Pelletier has been called up this year. So that was the decision that I made. And now we are going to simulate this game at San Francisco. Hopefully Grant Taylor can help us win. We do. We win 5-2. I'll check out that score and see how we did it. Alec Burleson up to 276, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. He had a home run. Jason Dominguez had a home run. He went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs to 237 average, as he once again dances with that 240 average. Just can't quite get there. He's close. Colson Montgomery goes 0 for 3 and drops to 206. That's not a good sign for our captain. Pitching-wise, though, Grant Taylor. How about the masterful job he did? 6 innings, gave up no runs. Now, that's amazing considering that he gave up 5 walks and 2 hits. So he had 7 runners in 6 innings. Did strike out 6. Steven Wilson gave up 2 runs in a third of an inning. His ERA is 13.5. Maybe calling him back up. Maybe I had the right idea after all at the start of the season, having him down. I'm not going to give him much longer of a leash. Mata, Paredes get their holds, and Curtis gets another save. He has done really well since the trade at the trade deadline. And we're 60 and 65. So let's take a look at the 17th game, the August 17th game. We had a wild one, a 12-10 finish. Jamie Flair goes 2 for 6. Brooks Baldwin goes 3 for 7 with 2 RBIs and increases his average to 198. Al Burleson 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Ryan Clifford 3 for 7 with 3 RBIs. And then a couple of not so goods, 0 for 6, 0 for 5, 0 for 4. Even Melendez 3 for 5. What a wild game. We had Brooks Baldwin and Al Burleson getting home runs. Lots of people with RBIs. Grant Taylor goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, so not the best start, not the worst start. 7 strikeouts, no walks. I like to see that. Wilson pitches an inning of scoreless to lower his ERA under double digits. Bradis gets the hold. Wantz gets the hold. Motts gets the hold. Gilbert with the blown save as he gives up a run in the third of an inning. Curtis gets the win. Heasley comes in and gives up 2 earned runs in a third of an inning, but somehow gets the job done. How John Curtis is pitching 4 innings is beyond me. Not sure that was a wise move, but we do pick up the win. And we are now on to August 18th. It's a Roll D6. I rolled got a 6. It's a bullpen coach event. The event says CPU contact slider change. And sliders change CPU contact using your bullpen coach's rating. Roll D100 and see what happens. Well, unfortunately for me, my bullpen coach is a 12, and I rolled a 26, which means that's a failure. And that means the one tick towards better CPU contact. So in play games, we go to the sliders, the CPU is going to have better contact. And let's see if these are the right sliders. So we are going to have CPU with better contact. So what that means is it says adjust the overall hitting ability of CPU batters. That will increase their batting averages and improve their vision and discipline to have better contact and check swings. Timing will also improve. So unfortunately, our bullpen coach is making things easier, so to speak, on them and harder on us. And then that means we then sim this game, hopefully taking the second game on this road trip out in San Francisco. We'll lose 4-9. Hitting wise, Burleson continues his hot hitting. He's 2 for 4. Sprinkle 2 for 5. Pozo 2 for 5. Brooks Baldwin, I think that's like 7 hits for him in the last 2 games. He's raised his average to 210. Good job, Brooks Baldwin. The legend continues. Unfortunately, though, Cannon got hit for 3 runs in 4 innings. Wilson gives up 4 runs in an inning at third, and I feel like the Steven Wilson experiment is over. Like he's just been getting rocked, and if we're trying to make the slim chance at a wild card, he just is not getting it done at a 68 right now. Amazingly, his overall is going up. He was so reliable for us last year. It's only 6 2/3 innings. If I give him more time is the question. When we have other available options, but who do you bring up? That's the question. Dornia's had a rough first game in the triples. Now, there's definitely some. Hagen Smith, look at this. He's really starting to come into his own. Love those increases. Yeah, he'll be ready. We might have him as a September call-up. Yeah, very easily good. Ron Correa has been up this year. He struggled. He got 16 innings, so I guess I'll give Steven Wilson a little bit more of a leash. I just don't know what the options would be. I don't know, Ariarte? Maybe? Ariarte? Possibly. He makes sense. Top 50 prospect. Does he make sense? We're going to give Wilson one more chance. One more chance to come through for us. And that'll take care of August 18th. And we go to August 19th, and it's a D30, and I rolled, got a sim no event. So we're going to sim this game and lose 2 of 3. I'm going to take care of this Sebastian Walcott thing. Today is August 20th of the year for us. We are struggling here, losing 4 of our last 5 and 7 of our last 9. Fortunately, we're now 7 games under 500, and it looks like, and now we're still having a much better season than last year. But for a moment there, it looked like wild card aspirations were possible. But reality's coming in. That's how baseball works out. It's a 162 game season, and this sort of thing happens. But anyway, we get to August 20th. It's a random event. It says uniform change. Select a random MLB player. He decides to change his uniform, then improve his potential with a D3. It's an unusual little random event, but someone's going to change their look and they're going to feel better about themselves by improving their potential by a D3. So let's go ahead and go to the Major League roster. And then we're going to roll to see which player it is. 15. It's going to be Paredes. Interesting. So Paredes looking to make a change. He's going to go to let's go to his attributes to improve his potential. He is currently a 70, and I've got a 2, so he's going to go to a 2. And then let's change his uniform. So what are we going to change about his uniform? What do we want to change? Let's change necklaces. We're giving him black necklace. He's going to change that around. There we go. So a small change, but he feels, baseball players can be very superstitious. So we'll see if that makes a difference in his season. Currently, he is pitching at a 4.35 ERA. Now, that's not the best for a reliever, but remember, he is Rule 5, and he is 30, and we signed him for $680,000. So, for what we paid for, I definitely think our bullpen is better than last year. And so we're going to go and sim this day. So we're on to August 21st, as we lost 2 of 3 in San Francisco and have fallen to 7 games under 500. The next day is a roll D60 I did. It's a no event, so we're going to go ahead and simulate this day. And we lose 2-4. Curtis took the loss this time. What happened there? Let's see. Oh, Kyle Busch pitched great. 6 1/3 of 1-run ball. He had 8 hits, but no walks. Paredes came in with his new necklace, pitched an inning and 2/3, only gave 2 hits, and gave no runs. Unfortunately, John Curtis comes in and pitches 2/3 of an inning, and has his first probably blow-up game that he's had since being the closer. That's rough. So they used to have the box score in here, which I don't know why you can't see the box score anymore. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So blows the lead, and we dropped to 8 games under 500, which I don't think we've been to this mark in a long time. So definitely the dog days of summer have come back to bite us here in the month of August. We go on to August 22nd. It says roll D20. I did, and it's a play full game, and the effects of this are plus D20 or minus D20 in expenditure probability rating, which I think was the last stakes we played for. Last full game we played as well. So interesting that we got that roll again. Our EPR is up to 13, so definitely unlikely to spend money, but it's better to have that number higher than lower if we ever do get money. And we're going to be going with Relander Baroa, as he will be taking on George Kirby. Ooh, he's a very good pitcher. 12-6, 2.79 ERA. Wouldn't be surprised if he is among the Cy Young candidates. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, number 2 right now in the Cy Young is George Kirby. So I'm not really shocked that he's in the list. So this is going to be a tough game. Relander Baroa. So what can you do for us? Mariners are 65 and 65. And they're facing off against George Kirby. Part of me thinks I want to play Brooks Baldwin because he's hot. He's really hot of late. We're going to let... who do we want to sit? Who's struggling right now? Blair's struggling. Give him an off day. Brooks Baldwin in left. Yeah, I think we will. Give him an off day. That basically means we're throwing every lefty or switch hitter at them except for Juan Melendez. And maybe even him will give a chance. Let's see if we move Clifford to anybody plays third. Brooks Baldwin play third. So let's go Brooks Baldwin third. We'll give Melendez a day off. We'll bring in Ryan Ward. We'll let him play left field. And then we'll bat. Field is doing well right now. Carter's struggling, but we believe in him. We'll have Burleson to 3. Clifford to 4 to make us yeah. There we go. So we are going to give them hitting from the left side for every batter. So we're going to give George Kirby everything we've got. Now, if they ever bring in the left-handed reliever, we'll have to adjust. But for now, we are hitting from the left side exclusive.
On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar.
Let's turn that off.
I really like what they've done.
All right. Here we go. 60 and 68, unfortunately. Oh, Freelander Broa looking to snap his 6-game losing streak. Yeah, he started off pretty hot. He's cooled off, but still, he's been much better than he was last year. George Kirby, number 2 in the Cy Young right now. Here is Brooks Baldwin leading off today, hitting .210. Kirby features the 4-seamer, slider, sinker, splitter, and knuckle curve. Here we go.
Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good foul there by Brooks Baldwin. We are swinging a circle swing right now. He's trying to work the pitch count. That's what a leadoff hitter needs to do. The 1-2 count. And Kirby paints the outside corner there. Great pitch. First of what I appear to be many strikeouts. And next will be Evan Carter.
Ball.
Yeah, I like the way Kirby works. He gets the ball, nods his head, and throws the pitch. He's ready for action.
Ball, that's in.
And we are going to guess high fastball. And we got it, so let's take advantage. Ooh.
We got a full
We
count.
were late on the fastball knowing it was coming in. That's what's frustrating. Wow. Wow, he just came dead red to that whole at bat. 2 at bats for the Cy Young candidate in George Kirby. He wasn't messing around there. He just came fastballs. All right, Alec Burleson. He's just straight dealing fastballs right now. He's got 5 pitches, but he's relying on that. And I keep looking for something else, and he keeps throwing it.
2-2.
There's the slider. All right, I'm looking fastball again. And he did throw a fastball, but he threw it out of the strike zone, and we bit. Wow, George Kirby made us look silly that inning. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. All right, Freelander Baroa, can you match what George Kirby just did to us? First, we'll be starting out with Victor Robles. That's not how we pitch. Sorry, some of these settings are from what my friend and I play. He likes to use the pulse pitching. I prefer pinpoint. All right, Freelander Baroa. 1-1 count. See what you got. Good pitch against Victor Robles.
1-2.
1-2 count. And we bring the gas. So if the fans came to see a ball put in play, they have seen 4 batters up and 4 batters striking out to hard fastballs. Garrett Hampson up next. Oh, there's a hit for the crowd. Former Rocky Garrett Hampson gets on with the single. That brings up Julio Rodriguez hitting .243. Oh, there's a double play ball. Great job on the sinker. 4, 6, 3 not with Julio Rodriguez's 94 speed. Too fast to double him up. Still a good pitch. 2 away. Luke Rayleigh up now. Oh my. All right, I'm going to attempt to throw that. No chance. Wild pitch. Shake that off. Relander.
Ball.
Boy, that was a good pitch. Cal Raleigh up on deck. In real life, he's having a tremendous year in Ranger League baseball. Struggling this season in fake baseball. Good comeback pitch for Prelander there. Now it's a full count. And that's going to be a 1-0 lead. There's no way we're going to throw him out home. And the Mariners strike first. 1-0 Mariners. Luke Rayleigh comes up with an RBI single, 2-out single. Those hurt. That's going to be a harmless ground ball to short. Flip to Gray. We've played 1. The Mariners strike first. RBI single from Luke Rayleigh. And the wild pitch does come back to haunt us. 2 hits for the Mariners. 1-0 lead. Sadly, that may be all that George Kirby needs today. Ryan Clifford batting 4th today, .252 average.
2-1.
He took that pitch even though I did try to hit the button. Full disclosure. Game wouldn't let me do it, thank goodness. And that's going to be dribbled down the first base line and foul. 2-2 count for Ryan Clifford hitting a nice .252 for a Rule 5 pickup. Or sorry, not a Rule 5 pickup. He was in our trade. He's kind of batted all over the place this year. His splits against righties of 66-68, the contact power, you like that. It's good building block to start from. George Kirby keeps pumping those fastballs. If we ever catch up with one, I think he's providing all the power that we need to put one into the porch. That's going to be a sinker. Kirby fields his position well. Cat-like reflexes. 1 away. Jason Dominguez. Can't quite get to that 240 mark, can he? It's always in that 230s range. Gets it a sinker. 1-2. Wow, that slider has some good movement on it. I mean, yeah, I think he's got a swing at that. That was going to be a strike. Yeah. High inside slider. That's a good location. Tristan Gray hitting 6 today. He's been a welcome call-up. Hitting .253. Although he is the next victim in these strikeouts of George Kirby. We've played 1.5. 1-0. Mariners. Here is Randy Arozarena. Struggling this year for the Mariners. Probably not getting the Arozarena they were hoping to get.
2-1.
Former Cardinal and Rays. Best years, of course, with the Rays. And Tristan Gray there at second base to make that play. 1 away. Jorge Polanco hitting .247, but he does have 15 home runs. Ooh, Baroa blows it by him.
1 and 2's
What a career for Jorge Polanco. Over 1,100 hits in his major league career. But he is going to take a seat as Baroa just reared back and threw gas. Brings up Kevin Newman. Or Pittsburgh Pirate Kevin Newman.
Oh,
That's a sinker. Yeah, Prelander Baroa could certainly use a fourth pitch, but for the 3 pitches he has, I do think they're effective. As he gets another strikeout. Yeah, I see him at the very least being a long reliever or a reliever. Maybe a waste of his stamina, but those 3 pitches, I mean, even closer, I think he's got the stuff for closer with the 3 pitches. Something to think about. All right, here we go. Top of the third. Pulse Montgomery, our captain.
Nope, ball.
Getting a disappointing 210. Our 2-time All-Star. Having a rough year at the plate, unfortunately. As Kirby throws in a splitter. 2 count. Yeah, the growing pains of Pulse Montgomery. He's kind of thrown him into the fire. His bat maybe wasn't ready for the majors when we did, but we are invested in Pulse Montgomery. And as our captain, we believe in him. He's not going to get taken out of the lineup. He's not going to be sent down to the minors. He's got the captain's badge for a reason, so we are going to stick with him. He's having a good at bat here against George Kirby. As Kirby's trying to throw junk, I think he's going to be sick of this, and I think he's going to go high fastball. Nope. He went back to junk. Strikeout. That brings up Kyle Teal, who's kind of cooled. 225. You know, when he was hitting 240, I was pretty happy, but he has definitely hit a cool streak here in his rookie campaign. Wow. You know, when you're George Kirby and you're Cy Young candidate and you're already have 5 strikeouts through 2 innings, you're probably going to get that call. But yeah, he is straight dealing right now. And Ryan Ward, what a season he's had. Rule 5 pickup. Didn't know what I was getting. A weird first base outfield combination that he actually has the speed. For a while he was hitting, as that ball's going to get dumped into shallow center field for a single. And Ryan Ward gets his first hit for the White Sox. Yeah, he's had an interesting, I mean, he's been all over the place. He's batted third, fourth a lot of the year, and now he is a bench player. But he does get our first hit. That brings up Brooks Baldwin with 2 outs. Can the legend of Brooks Baldwin continue? It cannot, as he's going to pop this out. And it's going to be caught by the left fielder. We get our first hit of the game, but George Kirby is currently cruising. As you can see, the Mariners in a very weird AL West. They are leading with a .500 record. That is something to see. Nick Madrigal. Going to swing through that sinker. Nick acquired in free agency in last year's free agent opportunity. I think he's struggling with that sinker or something like that. High fastball. I think I got his eye level looking down. Now we're going to go up. Except we left that too high. But Ryan Ward does have the speed to make that play. 1 away. Victor Robles. 2-1 count.
3-1.
Yeah, I like Burrow's sinker and his fastball. It's got a good mix for 3 pitches. Nice pitch there from Baroa.
Count is full.
I think he was looking heat. Well, you'll get it now, Victor. Ooh, Wilson can't make the play. And Robles gets on with a ground ball single. Brings up Garrett Hansen.
Runner, he's going!
Running on the pitch. Ryan Ward is going to go back and make the play as he's retired both batters in this inning. Bears do a little hit and run. And brings up Julio Rodriguez. Fouled off. The inside sinker. Rodriguez is a good player. Maybe an understatement, but yeah, he's a. That's a great pitch from Freelander. Didn't get the call. Still a good pitch. Yeah, Julio's making us work. We go with a high slider and get Rodriguez. We've played 3 in a 1-0 battle. Evan Carter batting second today, hitting .216.
No, that's down. Ball.
Fortunately, Kirby doesn't get the call. Let's see if Carter can get started going here in this inning.
That missed. That's a ball.
Kirby's pinpoint precision, maybe a little bit
3-1.
lacking this inning. Can we take advantage? Let's guess high fastball. Nope. We're going to take a pitch.
Ball
And he
4.
throws
Take
the
your base.
splitter, and we have another base runner. And Evan Carter's got some speed. Let's see what Burleson can do. He went sinker. I was looking fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Burleson's actually had a pretty good career against Kirby. And, 9 at bats, still 3 for 9. Probably better than most MLB hitters. We get caught looking backwards K. 7th strikeout for George Kirby. And Ryan Clifford come up with something here.
That's a ball.
There we go. Not always going to get those calls, George Kirby.
Ball 4.
Does he
take your
get that
base.
call? Wow. Second walk. And we have a threat. Jason Dominguez, we got runners in scoring position. Use your clutch rating. Let's see. You come to life here. Yeah, I swung late there. Didn't think it was going to be a strike, and then when I realized it was going to be. Oh, the knuckle. I don't think I've seen the knuckle curve today. That was filthy. He saved it for an important spot. Good pitching. All right, Tristan Gray. Can you come through?
2-1.
Now he goes back to the knuckle curve again. George Kirby. Trying to get in our heads. Good take, Tristan Gray. Oh, he went with the splitter.
2-2.
You gotta gear up to that fastball, and then he throws that junk. 2-2 count. Come on, Tristan Gray.
That's a ball.
Good eye. Definitely working the count in this 4th inning. The good news is the runners will be off on the pitch. Ball hit in the left field. Unfortunately, it's going to be caught. 3 pitches out of danger, but we did work his pitch count that inning. That's the good news. Luke Raley up in 4th.
Ball. Ball. 3-1.
3-1 count. Luke Raley. Grounds out to Brooks Baldwin. Baldwin makes the play, 1 away. Good comeback pitch there from Freelander Baroa. Kyle Raleigh 0 for 1 today. He's definitely having a tough year. When you look at his numbers, he's got that pop against right-handed pitchers, 82 pop. Sorry, yeah, 82 against righties, 77 against lefties. He's definitely got the ability to hit a lot of home runs. I'm not trying to talk him into it with that swing. Just saying.
Ball. That's
Try to
low.
get him to chase the sinker. Good pitch, though, from Burrow. Try to get it by him inside. Couldn't do it.
Count is full.
And Cal has coached the full count. Oh, rocket back up the middle. Good at bat from Cal Raleigh. That'll raise his average. Unfortunately, at our expense. And Randy Rosarena comes up. Yeah, you look at some of these averages and you're like, how are they leading their division? Well, they are a 500 team. And a crazy American League West as Rosarena strikes out. But yeah, 65 and 65 leads their division by a half game. I mean, you could maybe see somebody win the division with a under 500 record.
Yeah. 1-2.
Which would be crazy.
Ball.
Jorge Polanco up. Gets the 2-2 count. Back in his favor. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball to Jason Dominguez. We'll go to the top of the fifth. As in many of our games this year, it's a 1-0 game. George Kirby having the better game so far. But barely. And there's a line drive out to third base. Colson Montgomery hits the third baseman. Nick Madrigal. Oh, that was a good shot. Good PCI placement, just late. Kyle Teal. Misses on that. And we have a 2-2 count.
2-2. You got a full count.
Kyle Teal working the count to full. Yeah, we got to get him out of this game. And so working counts, very important. Every pitch we foul off. 85 pitches already for Kirby, so maybe this could be his last inning.
That's ball
Especially
four.
when we
Take
draw
your
walks
base.
like that. Good job, Kyle Teal. Third walk for George Kirby. Now we got a runner on.
That's a
Good
ball.
eye by the lower half of our lineup here. Ryan Ward's a little hot right now. 4 for 12 over his last couple of games. Bounce off that forcing. You can see the little less velocity there, down to 94. So Kirby nearing the end of his day. Geared up a little bit on that one at 96.
No, that missed.
Good eye. Full count
Full count.
with the channel legend Brooks Baldwin on deck. And that's going to be dropped into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Good job by Ryan Ward. Get him to a full count. Dump it into left field. And for the another inning, there are 2 runners on base. It was the last inning I think we got him for 2 people. All right, Brooks Baldwin. Chance for you to tie it up. Oh, he swings and misses, but the wild pitch does allow second and third. And now Brooks Baldwin, your job is to just make contact. We're going to go circle swing. They're playing back, so they're conceding the run. Just put the ball in play. Brooks Baldwin can't come through, and it's going to come down to Evan Carter. When I say put the ball in play, they needed a little bit better than that. And now George Kirby is finding a way
2-2.
to get out of this jam. Over 100 pitches now. This is his last inning. Let's get him out of this game as a loser. There we go. Burleson on deck. He's been 256 with runners in scoring position, so he would be a force. Good foul. Come on, Evan Carter. Let's make a memory here against George Kirby. Oh, the memory is swinging at a pitch outside the zone, which would have loaded the bases, and they might have taken him out, but that's not what happened. Instead, we strike out. George Kirby continues to improve his ERA and his Cy Young Award candidacy. Bottom of the fifth, still 1-0. Burrow will face 8, 9, and 1. Gets a strikeout, and he's at over 80 pitches, so this might be his last inning as well. 1-1 count to Nick Madrigal. That's going to be dumped into right field, and the ninth place hitter, Nick Madrigal, is going to get on base. And that might get the bullpen going. Indeed it will, with Victor Robles up. I think we're going to go Andrew Watts. And Victor Robles. Freelander Baroa dangerously posted him. Robles will strike out. He's third in the American League right now with 131. And that's not going to help us. Our second wild pitch of the day. And then we throw it. Oh my goodness gracious. It's a little league game. What are we doing? What are we doing? That was an ugly baseball right there. And Baroa definitely a little flummoxed. Wild pitch, air throw out the center field. First and third, one out. Garrett Hampson up. Still could get the double play ball. Ooh, did he go? Did he go? I'm not going to call it. Rose. Anger behind that pitch. Evens the count at 2. Strikes out Garrett Hampson. And the question is, will they let Baroa face? Great pitch, by the way. Will they let him face? Look at the spin rate. 1365. A 5-inch break on that slider. And it means Julio Rodriguez. And they're going to let him pitch. Another slider. 1-2 count. And he strikes him out on the high fastball. Freelander Baroa showing some emotion coming off the mound. Look at that. He's pumped. He pitched great today. 5 innings, but he's done. We go to the top of the 6th in a pitcher's duel. 1-0 currently. And we did our job. Kirby out after 5. And of course they're going to bring in the lefty, which does make sense. Taylor Saucedo, as he will face lefty. He's got 5 pitches: sinker, slider, circle, sweeping curve, and forcing fastball. Yeah, he's going to face an all lefty lineup for switch hitters.
Ball.
So the lefty. Yeah, I
2 balls,
imagine we'll see a lot of lefty pitchers that the Mariners have here.
That's a ball.
Right now, Taylor is in danger of walking. First man he sees. We guessed low sinker. And we swing through it.
Full count.
He said placement a little too low. And he rears back and throws the sinker by us. Taylor Saucedo comes back and being down 3-1 against a very good Alec Burrows. That means Ryan Clifford is up. Good weight in the slider, just waited a little too long. Take a look at that sinker. It's throwing it pretty well.
Count is full.
That circle change. Full count. Jason Dominguez. Let's do some lefty crime. Goes with the high slider. Pretty bit. Saucedo comes in and gets 2 strikeouts. Now Jason Dominguez will hit from the right side as he is a switch hitter. First time today we've swung from the right side of the plate. Good foul from Dominguez on that circle change. But we need more than good fouls. We need base runners. We need hits. We need runs. Get it back in from Dominguez. That was not a good swing, though. Throws the slider. Played 5.5. 1-0 game. And as you can see, our starting pitcher season stats, not good, other than the strikeouts. So we're above league average for that. But other than that, our ERA is 26th, our whip is 29th, our innings are 29th, our hits per nine are 26th, and our walks are 25th. So they're improved. I like where we're heading, but yeah, still below league average in many, many categories. And we're going to go with Andrew Wantz, the Rule 5 pitcher. Good job, Prelander Broa. And Wantz has been nothing short of fantastic for a Rule 5 pickup. 3.29 ERA. I am very pleased with what we've gotten from Andrew Wantz. And he's going to get the pop out from Luke Raley. Palatio coming from behind the plate to make that play. 1 away. Yeah, just a lot of these games this year where it's 1-0. We don't score a lot of runs. This one throws that by Cal Raleigh.
2-2.
You could certainly argue, well, you win against a Cy Young candidate today, sure, but there's been games where we haven't been that we have put up the same sort of lackluster performance. If that is a strikeout on the circle change, Teal throws to first, 2 away. Just not enough. Like, first of all, too many strikeouts today for sure. Oh, good
No,
pitch.
that's a ball.
Rosarena goes to 3-1. The question is, well, what do we need to do to move forward?
Count is full.
These players need to get better. They're young, and we got to develop some more. Kind of on that slur. All right, back to the action. Full count for Rosarena. And go with the off speed. And we made a mistake. Rosarena was looking off speed. Or maybe I should have stayed in my break. 434 feet later, Randy Rosarena hits his 10th home run. Oh, hoses. And Andrew wants that pitch back. That is a pose. A bat toss. I'm standing at third. Wow. Yeah, the game has certainly changed from Babe Ruth's time. A lot more showmanship.
That's the ball.
But we've got to overcome that. We've got to score runs. And 2 runs is not bad. You've got to hang this pitch again. Oh, we did, but we got away with it. Brian Clifford's going to make that catch. So another 2-out hit. It's a score run for the Mariners. Both runs have been scored with 2 outs. We go to the top of the 7th as we watch a Rosarena pose once again. And the Mariners players very happy. We're not. We've got 9 outs to make this happen. Like I said, here comes another lefty in Gabe Spear or Spire. But lefties are actually hitting 309 against him this year. So we are going to look at our options when it comes to. We do have a lot of righty bats on the bench. And I think we're going to start with Jordan Sprinkle. We're going to start with Jordan Sprinkle coming in. Get that righty-lefty matchup. Sprinkle hit 286 on the year. So round this to his counterpart at short.
He's out.
1 away. And Post Montgomery. Cool plays second base when Sprinkle comes in the game. 1-1 count.
2-1.
Gabe Spires got the 4-seamer, sinker, slider, and circle change. Ooh, almost got a hit in there. Dropping down the left field line. Good stroke, Polson. Another foul ball. We need some offense. Gets us on the slider. 2 away. Kyle Teal. We're actually going to take him out as well. And we're going to bring in Bozo. So we'll go righty on lefty again. Yohel Pozo hitting 224.
2-1.
Would love to get a base runner here. Some pressure on these Mariners.
3-1.
Finally, we laid off the high fastball. And Ryan Ward is up. He is a lefty, but he's got 2 singles today.
Take your baseball,
And we're going to have our tying run at the plate. And we're going to leave Ryan Ward in as he is 2 for 2 today. Had our only hits before. Swings through the fastball.
1-2, the count.
Come on, Ryan Ward. Fouls off the circle change. At one point in the season, this is the guy you would want up. Not lately, although he is 2 for 2 today.
Ball, that's down.
Good eye from Ward, evens the count at 2-2. So we're down 2-0, 2-2 count. And the strikeout on the fastball. 17th stretch time. Mariners lead 2-0. We're going to switch to Montgomery and Sprinkle. Montgomery knows how to play second now. And we are going to... We're going to warm up Wilson. But we're going to give Watts another inning.
Ball.
Doesn't get the call. At least he'll strike the inning. Strikes out Newman. He's 0 for 3 in the day. That brings up Nick Madrigal, who had that hit earlier. 1 for 2. That's a much better slurve from Andrew Wands. His
1 ball, 2
slurve
strikes.
against Randy Rosarena didn't go quite as well. And there's the cutter on the inside top portion. That's a tough pitch, whether you're going to hit it. A lot of times that's going to be a pop-up. We just got to take it. But Wants showing some heart here, coming back out.
Nope, ball.
Although this probably will be his
2-1.
last batter. One way or the other. And he gets the rollout to ground out to Brooks Baldwin.
He's out.
And he's out. We go to the top of the 8th. We're in this 2-0, but we got to get some offense. A D20 and expenditure probability rating is on the line. They're going to bring in Drew Thornton. They might be a little bit out of lefties here. And we're going to go Brooks Baldwin. Okay, so Trent Thornton offers up a sweeper, slider, four-seamer, curveball, and sinker. And as you can see, his fastball and sinker can get up there, but his sweeper is his primary.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
We've got nearly 40,000
2
here in
balls, 1
Seattle to
strike.
watch this game. That's quite an attendance for a team taking on the White Sox.
Yeehaw! 2-2,
So the slider
count.
comes a little faster than the sweeper. Both had that movement coming from left, like coming into the batter there. And we didn't recognize that quick enough. And Brooks Baldwin goes 0 for on the day. And we need Evan Carter to get the rally started.
Hurt.
What a pitch.
1-2's the count.
This crowd, nearly 40,000 coming to life. They like what they're seeing with Trent Thornton. Foul on the slider. Yeah, I mean, they're just a half game above the team chasing them in the American League West. So they need to keep winning, and I'm sure they see us as a team that they should beat.
2-2.
Yeah, if it starts inside, I'm going to let it. I mean, He could get me right now. If he threw a fastball inside, he'd have me because I'm thinking if it's going in, I'm going to let it go because of the movement he has on the slider and the sweeper. Oh, he's going to call that. Second strikeout for Thornton. That brings Al Burleson. Speaking of strikeouts, he struck out all 3 times today. Let's end that. No golden sombrero for Burleson here. Come on.
That's ball 4.
Takes
Runner
the
takes
walk.
your base.
And the tying run comes to the plate. And the manager for the Mariners comes out and says 2 strikeouts and a walk. Not too bad. Thornton, you're out, though. We've got someone we want to bring in, and that is Gregory Santos. And Ryan Clifford, let's see what he features, Mr. Santos. Slider, sinker, fastball, circle change. And that fastball can get up to 100 miles an hour. He starts us off with the sinker. Santos in the driving seat here at 1-2. So battle back. Oh my goodness, we can. Ryan Clifford says, you want to throw that ball 98 miles an hour? I will deposit it at 108. 444 feet later. And Santos says, yeah. And we don't stand on third base and do anything. We just cross the plate. Fist pumps. Oh, low high fives. High five there. And Ryan Clifford, with one swing, has tied this game at 2-2. Yeah, once again, when you have fireballers like this, they provide a lot of the power. So all you got to do is make good contact. And at 444 feet, perfect swing. This game is tied. And just like that, we take the lead. Jason Dominguez, home run. Unbelievable, 469 feet. I don't believe it. Jason Dominguez hits his 14th home run of the year. That ball goes 469 feet. Oh, you gotta love the game of baseball. You have to love the game of baseball. You're scoreless through 7, only 2 hits. Watch this. Boom! Right down the heart of the plate. And Jason Dominguez says, I'll do a little trot. Oh, the sound of the bat. That ball was demolished. 469 feet. Another perfect swing. Jordan Sprinkle. Unfortunately, I was looking for something other than a fastball. I didn't think he'd go back to the well. He did. And we found it. But we have a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And we are going to go with Steven Wilson. Now, my fault, I did not properly have... I got caught up in the action. We're going to go with Steven Wilson in the 8th. I should have had our set of guys warming up, but Freitas is a little tired. So I am going to sit Gilbert and warm up Bob. And Curtis, although he's a little tired, so... maybe hold off on Curtis for now. All right, Steven Wilson. This is your last chance. He gets the ground out, 1 away. Yeah, we need to see a good outing from Steven Wilson. We know he's got it in him. But he has faced 2, 3, and 4. This is confidence from the manager.
3-1.
Goes with the sweeper, and it's a full count. And another ground ball. Colson Montgomery stays with it. Good job. Colson Montgomery playing second base, not his primary position, but he stayed with that hard hit ball at 101, makes the play. And Steven Wilson has gotten 2 outs to second base. Going to get 1 more out. Luke Rayleigh throws it by him at 94.
1-2.
Ooh, good pitch from Steven Wilson. 2-2 count.
2-2.
As he strikes him out on the circle change, Steven Wilson comes in and does the job. And we'll see what happens here in the ninth. Will they go back to John Curtis, who did below the last game? What will Coach Mo do? I think. Yeah, I think the splits are too good. Lefty. They do have two switch hitters. Oh, lefty does make sense, except for a Rosarena. You know what? I think we'll actually be going with Mata, at least for the first three batters. All right, now we could certainly use some insurance here. We're facing Matt Brash. Ooh, look at that. He features a lot of break on his slurve and his slider. So we know his slurve and slider are something to be concerned about. And he can also get to 98 to 100 miles an hour on his fastball. Colson Montgomery 0 for 3 on the day. We're going to go to a circle swing.
Ball.
Good eye, Colson. And the Mariners have Vargas and Munoz in the bullpen, in case Matt Brash can't do his job.
Full count.
What a comeback here from the White Sox. Down 2-0 in the 8th inning and facing a fireballer.
Nope,
And we
that's
draw the
ball
walk.
four.
Good
Runner
eye,
takes
Colson
base.
Montgomery. Matt Brash gives up a walk and it brings up Yoel Pozo. Now, Pozo is the last catcher we have. But we're just checking to see, can he bunt? He is not a bunter. Pozo, righty on righty. It's going to get the green light to hit away. Brash goes with that wonderful slider. Great movement. Oh, buckle my knees in the slurve. One away. That brings up Ryan Ward, 2 for 3 on the day. Brash doesn't have a ton of energy left, so let's work these counts. 1-1. Fastball at 98. Oh, that's going to be ground ball. Foul, though. Thank goodness. I think that would have been a 3-6-3 double play. Ward did a good job, though, hanging in there. Great slider. Oh, this is going to be a 6-4-3 double play, most likely. Nope, Ward's got the speed to beat it out. Wasn't hit hard enough. Feeling good news on that. And that brings up Brooks Baldwin. 0 for 4 in the day. Come on, Brooks.
That missed. That's the
Fastball.
ball.
And they get him on the threw him out. I think that was a good effort. I think any other pitch other than a fastball, he'd have been safe. Good tag. Even though we've been out hit 4-6, we go to the bottom of the ninth with a chance to win this game. And the question is, do you go Ray Mata or do you go a Rosarena? I mean, this is a safe opportunity, but Curtis pitched too many innings, and I think we're going to go Ray Mata. There's money on the line here. D20 expenditure probability rating. But I think Curtis having to pitch those 3 innings, he needs the rest. And he is facing 2 switch hitters. And the fact that righties are hitting 254 against him and lefties hit, this is probably the reverse split time to do it. And Ryan Ward, can he make the catch? It's going to be against the... No, he cannot. 1-2 count. The unusual delivery of Ray Mata.
Down. Ball.
Good pitch. Oh, what a filthy sweeper. Rally goes down and he throws the bat in disgust. One away. Yeah, Ray Mata, look at that delivery. Filthy, filthy stuff. Randy Rosarena hitting 207. Swings on the cutter and misses.
2-2.
Ooh, what a pitch. Nice job, Ray Mata.
Full count.
And we get on this changeup. 2 away. Ray Mata. Maybe a future closer. Showing, can he take that role? Can he do it? Jorge Polanco, the last chance for the Mariners. Ground ball to Brooks Baldwin. Throw to first. In time. White Sox win 3-2. What a game for the White Sox. What an 8th inning. What a comeback. What an unbelievable game of baseball. The White Sox pull it off in dramatic fashion. We saw some home run balls today. Rosarena doing the bat toss. But in the end, O's. Jason Dominguez had the ball that went a long, long way. We only get 3 runs, only 4 hits. If we find a way. Wants gets the win. Even though he wants that pitch back that he threw. Clifford with a home run. Dominguez. Yeah, Clifford had the 2-run home run that got us back in it. But then they'll go back-to-back jacks with Jason Dominguez at 466 feet. What an incredible 8th inning for these White Sox. I am so excited. What a comeback win. We may not make the playoffs. We may not make the wild card. We may not even have a winning record. But every game we get closer to our prediction. You know, we said we were going to be rebuilding this year. And we said we will get 64 to 70 wins. Well, that gets us to 61. And we have over a month of baseball. So if we can get past 70 wins, then we move up to the next category where we can possibly get even an improvement in our salary cap. Speaking of that, we have an expenditure probability rating number to throw. And we get money added, which currently is at 13. And I rolled and got a 9. So we'll take that. So we go from an expenditure probability rating of 13. We go up to 22. We've had some great games in the series, but that one felt so good because it felt like we were just outperformed by George Kirby. But think about the performance. Freelander Baroa kept us in that game, and we found a way in the 8th inning. And then Ray Mata to come in and get that save as we had a tired John Curtis. And we are going to go into the 23rd with a 61-68 record. I've already, in my mind, discounted the wild card. But, like I said, every win we can get now is going to get us closer to our 64 to 70 rebuilding wins guess, or what I told the GM. And then also, if we can get to 71 wins, then that gets us up to that next tier, which will help us out for sure. That was a fun game, although for 7 innings it was miserable. George Kirby is he's the real deal. What a pitcher. He just was blowing gas. But in the end, we come up with a victory. And that'll be all for today. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe and smash that like button. Thanks again, as always, for watching. Have a great day.